So now I have the Pronterface app open in my screen. So essentially what this does is it communicates between the laptop computer and the 3D printer. So as you know, we have the Arduino board and Marlin software is loaded in the Arduino board. So what this Pronterface app actually does is it sends the G codes that we load, and it sends it to the Arduino boards, and the Arduino board actually converts it into the motion of the stepper motors, and we finally get the motion required for 3D printing. So the first thing you have to do is you have to connect the laptop to the Arduino board using the USB wire that comes along with the Arduino. So once you get it connected, we have to connect this Pronterface app to the Arduino board. So we can press the connect button over here. So after we press the connect button, we can see that we'll have all the values over here. So these values are nothing but the default values that you have set in the Marlin software. So in some cases, when there are connection issues, we might find like some garbage values over here. So in that case, you can just try to change the baud rate or the port number. So the baud rate is essentially the speed at which the computer sends information to the Arduino board. So we have a lot of options like these values, and this one actually depends upon the value that we have given in the Marlin software. So in our case, the value that I have given is this value. So the same thing we can just set it up over here. So in case the baud rate is different, we'll get some garbage value. So that is one troubleshooting tip. And the next thing is the port. So this one is like the port of the laptop. Like I have two ports, like two USB ports, and COM5 is the default, I guess. So it is taking that one. You can try to change this value as well in case there are connection issues. So once this is done, we can start with the printing setup. First thing, we have the temperature over here. We can set it to 200. Like for PLA, 200 is the optimum value. So we can just start by setting this one up. So make sure that the printer fan is also running, like the hot end fan is running. So once this is set up, we'll see the values over here. Like the dark blue line represents the target value, and the EX0 indicates the extruder 0 value. So let it run up. Then the next thing that we have to do is we have to set the robotic arm. Like we have to bring it to the home position. So I'll just start doing it once the temperature has reached the 200 degrees Celsius. So now you can see that the temperature has been set to around like 200 degrees Celsius, and we can start with the printing setup. So the first thing that you have to do is you have to set the robot to the home position. So for that we have to give a few commands so that it knows actually the like in which position it is staying. So for that, like I have set like two macros over here, but the code is given over here actually. So here as you can see, like we have a few lines of code, and these are the values. So M502 actually reads the default parameters that we are given, and M500 saves those values. So these values include speed and all those things. So these two are actually important whenever we restart or reset it from the beginning. So and G95 essentially says to the printer to set it as angle coordinates. So it will take it as x, y, z in degrees. So that is G95. And next is we have G93, X45, Y45, Z45. So what this says is it tells to the robot that its arms are in the position of X45 degree, Y45 degree, and Z45 degree. This one is essential so that we can move it along an optimum range. Like 90 degree we can actually move. So why we are giving 45 is like we are given a software end stop of 90 degrees. So 90 degrees in one direction only. So we cannot move more than 90 degrees in that particular direction. So it will be like 0 and 90, and we cannot go to the in the other direction. So since we give it as 45, we have a range of 45 degree positive and 45 degree negative. So that's why we are going to give G93, and G95 is again angle coordinates. So the problem is like whenever we give G93, it actually due to a bug, it actually reverts back to Cartesian coordinates. So we have to give G95 regularly whenever we give this G93 value also. So let's start by giving these values. So the first thing is we have to set the robot to the actual position. This is not required, but since we can do it, we will just do, since it is starting. So once the robot is has been kept in almost the accurate position that we require, we can start by giving those values. So the first thing is M502, M500, G95, G93, and G95. So I have integrated all these values into a single macro command over here, load settings. So once I give the load settings, all these values should have been automatically inserted to the program, to the 3D printer. So after this is done, we can start by just powering the motors. So it will be like y1 degree, x1 degree, and z1 degree. So now if I leave the robotic arm also, there won't be any issue since all the motors are energized. So now we can just slightly bring it to the required position. So we have to see that the robotic arms are in 90 degrees to each other. So I'll just move it accordingly. So as per the program, we can see that the main arm is the x direction, like x motor, and the smaller arm is the y motor, and the z is automatically the base motor's direction. So we can move it accordingly. Like this problem I had, like which to differentiate. So as per the code, these are the values. So that is one thing. And once the robot is set to the home position, that 90-degree position, we can start by the next step. So the next step will be the run settings. So these are the values which I have given. Again, G95 is the angle coordinates. G93 is the is telling the robot its position. Like here you can see it is x90, y0, z0. So it says that the x motor is 90-degree position, and y and z are in 0-degree position. And again we have G95, which states that it is in angle coordinates, and M500, we know that it saves those values, and G94 again we are giving. So G94, in sense, it is we are actually converting it into Cartesian coordinates. So after giving G94, we can actually give x 1 mm, 2 mm, like that we can give. And next we'll just see about this one, and then we'll get to the other code. So again, similar to the previous thing, I have integrated all these codes into one single macro over here, which are the run settings. So you can just create a setting of your own by using this add command. I have created mine, like over here. So it contains all the code over here that I have shown you previously. So once the robot is in home position, you can press this run settings. So once this run setting is given, the macro actually injects all these code values, and now the robotic arm knows its position, that it is in home position. So for checking that, we can just give the next command, which is M114. So M114 actually gives the position of the endpoint. So I'll just give it. So now you can see over here below, it is x120, y0, z150. So while the home position is the 90-degree positions, we need to bring it to the 000 point first to start printing. So to bring it to that value, we can see that x has to be moved by minus 120. So we'll just move that one. And we can just give it by alternating values. So x I have just given 4 times, I guess, and now we can see that z is in z is plus 150. So we have to bring it to 0, and so we can just give minus 150. So z-axis motion is a little bit slow, like it is built in the program like that one. If you want, you can just change those values also. So as you can see, the endpoint is actually moving downwards. So it actually is trying to go to this position that we have kept over here. So now we can just check the position over here by giving the M114 command. So now you can see that x is 70 mm, and z is 80 mm. So we can just give the minus values. So minus 6 7 times, and z we can just give alternatively. So z is at 80, and we have to give minus 80. So So I just pressed the minus 10, 10 6 times, so it will just go 60. And so since our printer is like different build, we have to make sure that the different arms don't collide with each other. So we have to give alternate values like this one. Now you can see x is at 40 and y is at z is at 20. So x we can just give it as minus 40, and z we can just give it as minus 20. And before starting, like in this robot, like the nozzle actually touches the build plate, so better we can just start everything, we can set up everything else, and then we can just go to the 000 position. So the next thing is like we have to load the G code, and we can just do it by pressing this button. So this is the file that I want to print. I can just open. So as you can see, it is like G code. This one is actually G code file, but we have like other options such as STL and all those things. So that is one option. And once we load it, we can see, we can get a preview of it. So this is the part that I want to print. So now we have loaded this file. You can go to the 00 position and start printing. So now if you see the M114 command, we can get the value of the endpoint as 00 and 10. So Z must be moved minus 10 along the axis, and I'll just move it. So once this is in position, we can start printing. So once we have finished the printing, we can just switch off the heat, like we can give it over here. So and once we switch off the heat, like the again the graph just changes, and the dark blue again shows the target temperature, and the blue line shows the temperature of the nozzle. So we have to make sure that it is like almost nearing 100 before we switch off, so that there's no like abrupt cooling, or it cools actually normally. So that's all. So we have got the printed part, and that is how we print using this robotic arm.